Hello.
The Zamrock did nothing wrong.
Close that door. Oh my god. And that's all we have for today. Your controversial RuneScape political opinions.
Oh, can we do that? Are we gonna do that now?
It's okay, we have 0 viewers right now.
Is that more than normal?
Kinda. I mean, hey, we usually peak at like 3, including you guys.
Yeah, I think that's the problem.
I also peaked at 3.
I peaked it, yeah. Oh, I was gonna say it, but then I realized that you.
It was
were
all
gonna say the
downhill
same
after
joke.
that, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I realized
see
that
what
you
you
were saying
mean
the same
now.
joke to me. Yeah, I was winding up for that joke and then realized that you had already made it better. So.
Let's see. Let's do recap die, and then we can get started.
All right,
Roll me a 1d3. Let's go.
Why does it sound like you're gonna cry?
I got a 3. That's me. So last week, the party forgot to turn the music on again.
It sounds like you're about to cry again.
Again. Oh no.
Well, you remember that one time where bullied you until you cried.
How could I forget? Last week, the party, what did they do? So they went back to Meiyerditch after doing some scouting and talking to a vampire that gave them a lead on some information. Back to Meiyerditch, where they investigated the home of Mortis Guile, found a note in his home that hinted at a hidden shut-down laboratory in Meiyerditch. And they went and found what they believe is the entrance to said laboratory. And there was basically an electrified, magically locked trapdoor that they could not figure out how to get past. It would seem that they needed some sort of key or some object that they could place on a little statue that would open the trapdoor, but they couldn't find the key. Went back to the house, searched around like a bunch of buffoons and found nothing, because like 3 people rolled and the highest they rolled was like 4, and Dobson was only looking for snakes with his nat 20. So there's no key to be found. The trapdoor has not been opened. And that's pretty much where we left off.
All right, inquiry, Dungeon Master.
Yeah.
One of our party members has locate object. That's how we found Dermo.
Oh shit. Find a key.
Now that we've seen what it looks like via painting,
you do know what it looks like.
Can I have one of the party members locate object it?
Yeah, they're with you. We can control them for now.
Wait, can we control them?
I'm sure they'd agree.
So many things.
He does not have it prepared, but we can say that a day passed and then come back.
No. Excuse me, DM. I do not appreciate you shoehorning your ideology in. We will choose to wait a day.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can wait a day.
No. Excuse me. We chose as a party, all 4 of us, to do that.
Urluk will be like, I did not expect that it would be so difficult to find this key. If we come back tomorrow, perhaps I can locate it with my magic. That's how he talks.
Yeah, but he would also be falling asleep during.
Now let me go back to sleep.
There it is.
GM, I'd like to give you inspiration since you give no one.
Oh shit! Shab is in the chat. He said it's not prepared. Is he logged in right now? No, he's not. What did you say, Dan?
I said I'd like to give you inspiration, even though you don't give anyone else inspiration.
Thank you. I will put that on my DM character sheet. My DM sheet.
Your D-meat.
Draken himself gets inspiration now.
Oh shit! You're gonna regret that. He's gonna use it on a attack roll against somebody that's downed.
Nice, as he should.
As he should. It's about time somebody died. Been too easy on you guys.
I want to eat his soul, please.
With how inefficiently that you guys have been playing.
Inefficiently or role playing, you know?
Yes. They are
Because I think my
One-
RP is pretty on point.
one and the
I think
same.
his RP is pretty good.
at
I think
times.
honestly, he's even better than me sometimes.
Especially when other people role play me. It's great.
Oh yeah. Well, what would you like to do?
Well, we were finding the key using the locate object spell.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you return the next day then?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
not an
Yeah,
issue.
yeah.
With Erluck's use of locate object, I'm going to put it in the chat so that I know what's going on. Oh, Erluck has another spell which may or may not be useful later. Never mind. I'm going to prepare locate object, and I'm going to unprepare...
Is he playing remotely through DMs?
gonna unprepare
No, I think he's
aid.
talking through. I think this
No,
is Twitch plays D&D. I think that was this.
I'm talking to myself right now, controlling Erluck.
Oh, I thought he's like giving you instructions.
No, I'm looking at his sheet because if I prepare another spell, I should unprepare a different one, just to make it fair. So I just swapped it for a different second level spell preparation. Okay, locate object. I just closed it. Why did I do that? Whatever you prepare, make a note of what you unprepare. Oh my god. Okay. I'm putting it in your bio. Unprepared aid. There. That's fine. Okay. He's just here spectating. Okay, locate object. Here we go. Describe or name an object that is familiar to you. You sense the direction of its location. Spell can locate a specific object known to you as long as you've seen it up close at least once. Alternatively, it can locate the nearest object of a particular kind. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's okay, Shab. Don't worry about it. Okay. So, on casting the spell, Erluck's, does he have a staff? I don't know what the hell. No, he probably has a symbol. His symbol begins to glow and shines in a sort of cone of light that rotates around for a few moments before locking in on a particular direction while inside the house, pointing directly toward the painting of the statue with the key in its hands.
Zephylos is going to curse and go to take down the painting.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it like on the back of the painting or in the painting in a layer or even on the wall behind it?
So now that you know what you're looking for, Zephylos immediately notices that this painting has a very thick frame.
Oh, motherfucker.
Like, as in something can be held inside of it?
It's sitting on
Yes,
top
he
of
begins to
something.
suspect that it has a false,
False back?
yeah, a false back or false bottom.
Okay. He'll try to figure out how to pop this bad boy open and without damaging it. Yeah.
With just a few minutes of a minute or two of fiddling with it, you figure out how to safely open the frame. The back of it just kind of slides to the side, and then it pops out to reveal a compartment in the interior of the frame. And inside, you see there is a large iron key that looks just like the one in the painting.
Damn it. Okay, that's obvious. Damn it. You know, we should have known this.
All right, we found it. Now we can go and actually pop that thing open, and I'll put the painting up exactly how it was before to like if someone comes by here to not draw attention to it.
Okay. You put it back up.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, question. So we get some additional content in old school RuneScape. One of them is you actually get to go under Ice Mountain, and there's straight up like an altar of Zaros here, and it's super fucking cool.
I don't think I
Camdozo.
did that one. Is that below Ice Mountain?
It's the ruins
Yeah.
of Camdozo. Yes.
Camdozo.
If
Yeah.
you go to Camdozo for Defender of Varrock to like see the vision of Zamorgul in normal RuneScape, but they
Okay.
actually like make it a whole ass like area underneath.
Yeah, they
and
did a
like-
lot of
Just so you
Zerosian
know,
stuff.
there's even in Desert Treasure 2, you go below Camdozo as well into the ancient city of Camdozo.
Oh. Like how we go below the dig site into the city of Santistan.
Correct, but it's even cooler.
Neat.
Cool.
Also, you
Anyway,
can't
sorry
wear your
for
ring of shadows
sidetrack. I
either,
just noticed there
so-
was a symbol of Zaros on the
How
altar.
dare you be questing while we're in a session?
I'm not questing. I'm AFK, fish praying, cooking. It's all of these
Okay.
fucking skills.
DM, can I admit something?
Yeah.
I am questing while we're doing this.
Oh my
I'm
God.
I'm doing Eagle's Peak right now.
Eagle's Peak. Oh, rip.
The Dungeon
I
Master,
suck.
I'm just AFK clicking while actually being
Yeah,
engaged.
that's okay. Somebody would like.
I'm not really doing it.
I had a player that would play every week. She'd be like playing Minecraft or something.
What? No, see, I'm not
Actually?
that
It's like
rude.
not even like a AFK game. She'd just be like
Yeah,
playing
no,
Minecraft.
that's active because
She was now see she was still attentive enough where it didn't really matter, but it was just
It
a
doesn't.
thing.
No, it does matter. You know why? Because what if you asked her to not play Minecraft and she still played Minecraft? That's fucked.
I
man.
didn't ask her to not play Minecraft.
No, but see, what if you did though? See that? Let's not worry about what you actually did. Let's worry about what happened to it if you did.
Well, I can't speak for what she would do if I would have said that because I don't play with her anymore.
Man,
We finished.
It's so messed up, man. I can't believe she would do that to you.
Wow. Throwing shade at my former players. If I ever talk to her again, I'm gonna tell her that my players threw shade.
And you know what? And you know what's even worse? You know what's even worse than that? The guy who's making fun of me right now in 5 years. It's so fucked.
What?
Because, you know,
Like, he's making fun of your old players. Someone's going to make fun of him.
Oh yeah. This guy was a druid and he never wild shaped. Are you kidding me?
I don't often
And he didn't
wild
even
shape
use
because
his
it's
circle of
difficult.
the stars every day.
You never let me!
What do you mean I never let you? What are you talking about?
I have a lore reason, and if I can't see the stars, I can't really do anything about
Well, you know, I can't really help that. Maybe you
But-
should take that up with Draken.
it. I shouldn't have moved to the UK if I ever wanted to see the sky.
Exactly. Did the stream freeze? I don't know. It looks okay to me. Okay, you have the key now. What do?
So I guess we just go back to the trapdoor, right? I'm here. Allow me to long rest because we spent a day.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Here.
Does sleeping at the Meiyerditch base count as a good night's sleep because it's like a base and like shelter?
Yes. As I mentioned last week, so long as you are not tasked with watch duty, which at the current moment you are not, then it does count as a normal, full long rest.
Yeah. Also, my Foundry doesn't want to load, so I'm going to refresh it.
Oh boy.
Oh, have you tried making it load?
Good point.
It's like my computer is saying, like, listen, Foundry or RuneScape, you gotta pick one. You know?
Pick
My
one.
wife tried to
Old
say the
school
same
is
thing.
very taxing. Actually, the Steam client for old school runs very poorly on my machine. Every
think
time
the
that I
Steam
kill
client
something,
works,
it
yeah.
lags for like a quarter second. Like literally
Yeah.
any time that it spawns in an item.
So genuinely,
Because something
why do you
dies.
use the Steam client? Like, I don't know the purpose of it when you have like the Jagex launcher.
The Jagex launcher opens. Wait, does the Jagex launcher open the Steam client? No, I use the Jagex launcher I used to use the Steam client before the Jagex launcher existed.
Are you using RuneLite or the default like?
No, the default one.
Why don't you use RuneLite where you can turn on GPU acceleration?
Well, I used to not use it because I didn't trust it. But now that it's like kind of officially integrated, I might swap. But I don't know.
Well, yeah,
Just
so
haven't
that's
gotten
one
around
thing,
to
though. It might be, I don't know how old your computer is, but GPU integration will help a lot because it splits your processing from CPU to split.
I bought a... I bought a Ryzen 5 5600X like a year or two ago.
Okay, that's not too bad. I mean, your CPU is not terrible,
You
but
can
also
check the
that's not
rest of
really
my
gonna-
build in my Twitch bio.
But yeah, it's not going to do fun if you're...
But
People
yeah,
want to know
it
your
like
specs when you play Mario Party. Shake my head.
for
Mario Kart. My bad.
I do like Mario Kart. I should stream Mario Kart again. But yeah, so like, especially when I first log in, whenever I kill something, it will lag for. Usually it's like a very short time, but sometimes it will be a super long time. Like once I logged in and I immediately did a kill at Krill Sutsaroth, and it lagged literally for like 20 seconds. Like it just froze, and I almost died. That was like 2 weeks ago. Anyway, it's very irritating.
No, I can imagine.
They got no excuses. Game looks like crap.
Well, that's because you're not using the RuneLite launcher that has 117 HD plugin, or
That's
you can
fair.
even use OSHD, which has even better graphics if you really wanted to get to that mid 2009 graphic.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of also simultaneously hate the like smooth custom animations that the other clients have. They like I don't know,
You
they
can
look
turn it
weird.
off. You don't have
Yeah,
to have that on.
that's the thing. If I switch to RuneLite, I'm probably just gonna turn like literally all the plugins off.
Yeah, I mean that's the good thing about RuneLite is you can turn on and off whatever you want.
Yeah, there's a Reddit post earlier today at somebody at Giant Mole, and they had the plugin where it highlights the click boxes for monsters, and
hate that one.
like
Yeah,
you
so
literally couldn't even you could like basically not see the monster's 3D model at all. It was just like a polygon.
Generally,
And
what
I was
that's
just like,
for
how
is when
the
you're
fuck
grinding.
do you play? Like, how do you play this?
So normally that's for people who are like grinding for boss pets and stuff when you're doing
They're
so
on
many
leagues
kills that-
doing mole.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you're grinding for pets and
Like,
stuff
what
like
the
that.
hell? Like,
Because like I know I use a lot of plugins situationally.
even
like,
if I'm doing like chaotic gauntlet on my main or something, like I wouldn't want to do that. It's so fucking ugly.
Wait, what is chaotic gauntlet? You mean corrupted gauntlet?
Corrupted gauntlet.
Are you even an old school player?
No, apparently not.
My Foundry is like legitimately refusing to fucking.
Sussy. Should I continue?
Yeah, continue. I'll
Alright.
be in eventually.
Alright. So, returning to the area where the lab was. When you arrive, you now have the key, and you pretty much know what to do with it now that you've seen the painting and investigated it in the last week's session. You place the key onto the outreached hands of the small vampire statue, and when you do, you hear a little bit of a crackling noise, that kind of starts with kind of a buzz and then slowly dies down for a brief moment, and then you hear a sort of latching noise from the trapdoor.
So I figured it out.
I think I may have heard something.
Yeah, I think it's unlocked.
What makes you think that?
Go ahead and touch it and get zapped again. Find out.
Go open it.
I'm not touching the. I'm not touching that. No, absolutely not. I'm the druid. I'm normally the support character, not the main character.
Wouldn't open a door for me be very supportive?
You know what? Opening the door for you is chivalrous, so you're right. I will go and open the door. That's fine.
Okay.
I have faith in Zeros to not punish me for my inquisitivity.
You have that one temporary hit point. You're on top of the
Oh
world.
yeah, that's right. You have 1 temp HP from
All right,
praying.
so just to verify, we put the key and it fit properly into the position we put it.
Yeah. And then it made a funny noise.
What kind of funny noise? Like, can you make the noise?
So
first?
it was like a little crackling noise that died down, and then
No, can you make the noise for us? So
a latching noise. Yeah, it's like, zzz,
Okay.
and then a.
Ooh, okay. God, do we have Matt Mercer in here? Christ.
Yeah, right. He's always making like wolf noises and stuff.
Yeah, no, that noise sounds promising. I will put my hand all up on that door.
Yeah, you go and reach for the handle on the
stars,
trapdoor, the reach for the stars, and then reach for the handle on the trapdoor. And as you take it hesitantly, you are not harmed by it.
What are you, my
it
wife?
Seems that the spell or mechanism or whatever that was active on it has been disabled by the placing of the key.
Is the door open?
Yes, turning the handle, it unlatches now, and you are able to swing it open, revealing a ladder leading down underground.
All right. Who wants to go down the ladder? I will go down the ladder.
Well, I can go down. I can go down.
Okay.
All right. With Zephylos in the lead, you climb down what you...
Wait, no, I want to be in the lead.
Oh, you want to be in the...
2.
Okay, well then you have to go
number
first.
1. No, I want him to go first.
Oh
I just can't stand the idea of him being first.
Oh my god.
No, I'm joking. Go ahead, lead. Hopefully nothing happens to the ladder.
He pulls it up. So with Zephylos in the lead, you climb down what you estimate be maybe 30 feet or so, until you reach a stone tiled floor with sort of cobblestone walls. And there is a simple looking wooden door just in front of you.
Cool of you to
And
call
not
me
really
that.
any space around it for even everyone to stand
Yeah, even my mom
at
used
the
to
base
call
of
me
the
that.
ladder.
My mom used to say, yeah, he's simple looking, but he's alright.
Oh no, another door.
I'm going to do my normal dermo thing of following so close behind Cephalos I could tell what he had for lunch.
I didn't need that description. But yeah. So there's another door.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try this one to see if it's locked.
It opens.
Oh.
Can you
We
believe
didn't blow up,
we
didn't blow up a
just
door.
we just fast forwarded through a whole session right there. 5 seconds.
Normally
Hello.
we're just
Opened
beating
the
the
door.
shit out of stuff until it opens, but this time
True.
this sounded right.
So you swing it open to find a large room. Again, sort
How
of
large is
stone
this room?
tiled
is it, like,
floors.
actually large, or-
It is some 80 feet long and sort of half as wide, but then it's segmented, and then there's another sort of 80 by 40 feet section just to the side.
Okay.
So a fairly large room underground here. And it is very much been destroyed and ransacked. There are piles of rubble and dirt and dust strewn across the floor, along with broken bits of furniture and bent pieces of metal, and there is a significant amount of like ashes in little piles around the room. There's also there's a number of what appear to be human-sized metal cages, many of which have been bent out of shape and destroyed, none of which are occupied by any living creatures. One or two of them have a corpse inside.
How old are the corpses? Are
Actually,
they fresh,
wait,
or
would
are
they have a corpse? No, actually, no, they would not have a corpse inside. Actually, never mind.
How
None
old
of
are
them
the
have
not corpses.
Some of them have a few spare bones, but no complete skeletons or corpses within them.
Do
There's
they look like they were
also
picked dry, or is it that there were only ever parts of people in here?
you could get that from maybe some investigation in a minute. There's also
shit out of this thing.
there's also what appears to be a lot of like a significant amount of glassware and what could be alchemical equipment, which is again mostly smashed and strewn about in this room.
Sorry, I shift clicked onto the game so it loads. Apparently, if you shift click a tab, it Cool.
Oh, I forgot you guys have this open in your browser. I have to have the app.
Yeah, isn't that so funny?
See, it kind of stinks because there's a plugin called Pop Out, which like opens a secondary tab for your character sheet or whatever, but it doesn't work in the app because it's not a browser. It only works for the players.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I use it all the
Unless
time.
I wanted to like DM, I wanted to like run the app and then DM from a different window, but that would be kind of dumb.
That'd be so dumb. That'd be so silly.
Especially considering I also have another window for the stream view.
That's so silly.
No, even when I close RuneScape, it doesn't want to load. Foundry, hello?
August, is yours loading?
My Foundry loading? No, it's not.
What the heck? Maybe it's me.
It's me.
Can I
Are
like?
you playing RuneScape?
I'm the problem. It's me. I am also
I'm
playing
not.
RuneScape. Yes.
Now, 1 or 2 weeks ago, I was definitely catching sharks, but that was on my phone.
Well, fish is like truly AFK.
Yes.
There's very
Fishing's
little.
not okay if you're doing it the right way. I do minnows just to keep.
Okay, I am refreshing the app window, so maybe that will fix it. You just double check I'm not like. No, I'm not on my VPN.
You're not on our today's sponsor, NordVPN.
Today's sponsor is not any VPN service.
I already told you guys you're not getting an ad out of me today for 2 people. It's only reserved for larger groups.
Let me see what happens if I try to open the open the stream on my phone with my data. So it works different if you're on the Wi-Fi network. The hell's the IP address? There we go. Yeah, it's loading on my phone with my data.
Alright, let me try.
So everything appears to be in order from as far as I can tell.
Reloading the game now. Load ads
Also, you can technically open Foundry on a mobile device. It just like doesn't scale any of the UIs right.
Yep. That's how I used to join whenever I was still working.
Oh yeah, that's right. You actually did that for a while.
Yeah, not like last week or anything.
Okay, see, now it is not loading anymore on my computer. I might have to restart the app.
Loading on my side.
I have a gray screen with no interface.
No, my interface loaded it, made me do my sign in because I completely closed it in real time.
Well, I think you're going to have to do it again because I have to restart the app.
You know, this is why. This is why.
Let's see if it will load now. Come on now. Here we go. Okay.
Crazy how, like, you know.
Just, log back in again here. Switch the scene back. There we go. Why is there a pop-up? You do not have a token with it. Shut up. Oh! Why did it do a cheering noise? What the heck? Okay, I am logged back in now. It's actually working.
Be crazy if mine also loaded.
All of the music that has to do with Mauritania is so good.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I made a playlist specifically for this laboratory last time I did this campaign. Why would I do that?
Categories.
It's kind of more like combat music, but we'll go with it.
It's categories.
Okay. It says that Danny's online now. So
Yep,
it claims.
which I can see now.
Yay! We're still in Theater of the Mind, that's fine. Okay. We can continue with Theater.
Okay, sorry, with that distraction out of the way, could you kind of loosely re-describe the room?
Yes, so it is a roughly 80 by 80 foot space with stone tile flooring and cobbled walls in this underground section, about 30 feet underground. It has been completely ransacked and destroyed, probably to a greater extent even than the abandoned buildings above. There are piles of rubble, dirt, broken furniture. There's a significant number of like ash just like spread across the floor. It's kind of coated in a thin layer of ashes. As well as a couple of larger piles of burnt debris and ashes. There is also a significant number of destroyed glassware and what could be alchemical equipment. There are human-sized metal cages, many of which have been kind of bent out of shape. None of them have any living creatures inside, but some have like one or two bones lying nearby or inside them. I think that's about it.
I rolled my investigation check that you had requested.
Oh, yes. What are you looking for?
That was specifically because you wanted me to investigate the human-sized cages to see
yes.
if the bones had been taken out or moved, or if they were always just pieces.
So having a look at them, It's hard to say. There's not like any clear evidence on like if these were moved individually, these bones, or if there was a whole body in there with them.
Very good. Very good.
Is there
Dobson
any
runs
way...
off and he's like, "Wow, look at all this stuff."
Dobson, do not get lost in here. We can't spend time finding you.
Yeah, I'll look around at the alchemical tools and such, and the glass beakers that are shattered on the ground. I don't know if there's any visible residue, but can I try to see what kind of experiments they were doing? Being a potion maker myself.
You can make a potions check with your whatever you do to do potions.
Okay. What it would be intelligence?
Yeah, it's int based. Int check with your potion making proficiency, whatever that is. There you go. You take a long time to inspect the equipment as best you can. Like I said, much of it has been destroyed, and it looks from the way that the debris kind of is that they were intentionally destroyed in a way that might prevent people from finding out what they were used for. So it is difficult to get a read on what these were used for. However, they do not appear to all have been thoroughly cleaned before being destroyed, because there is like some residue and stains from whatever was inside these before they were destroyed. Doing a little bit of some quick analysis on them. Maybe you even pull out some supplies and do a little test on them. You find that multiple of the sort of fragments of glassware that have some sort of gooey sort of liquid residue on them. They appear to have been primarily used to process blood in some way. Yeah.
Like, did he say blood? Ah, let's get out of here, Scoop!
Zoinks.
It's so weird. All this trouble to hide evidence. And what I learned is, oh yeah, vampires were looking into blood. Like, that's like, water is wet. Why are you guys trying to hide that?
Water's not wet.
Real quick, water's not wet, just so you know.
We're not gonna get into this.
But yeah, so Zephyros is confused why they would like. It was completely on brand for them. Why is it so secrety? You know. So.
Okay. Maybe I'm wondering if. Okay, hear me out. This is a strange concept, but what if they're not? What if they're not the ones who were investigating it? Maybe this is unrelated.
Unrelated.
Like, maybe this is someone who is researching the blood, but not for the vampires. Maybe it's something like trying to figure out, maybe making them more resistant to it, or maybe finding some kind of resistance to diseases of Mortania.
Well, in here we're supposed to find
answer, but
right. No, but in here we're promised something that would help us against the vampires. So Can I just look around the general debris and tables and such for anything we're missing beyond the initial description?
Yeah, you can make an investigation with a dermo. to have a look at any
Separate rolls, or is he
useful
getting
info or
advantage?
something, whichever you like.
Oh my god, hey
Oh,
guys.
yeah, that's
great
about
news.
as high as you could roll.
It could go higher.
It could go a little higher, but it probably wouldn't matter. So, together the two of you search around the whatever that is left behind that can give you a clue as to kind of what they were doing. And so you start kind of with the area that had the chemicals and such, the alchemical stuff. And having a look around, you notice as you move some of the furniture aside, some of the a table you shove kind of across the floor a little bit. You find that underneath that table, kind of wedged under a loose tile, is a tattered little kind of journal that appears to have missed whatever kind of scourge happened in this laboratory, as it has not been burned or torn up like all of the other parchments that you've found in this lab. Additionally, as you search around, you find lying behind an old bookcase out of sight a small round scroll case.
Scroll case. What kind of scroll would go in here?
You'll have to open it to find out.
Is it? Could I check for traps or check for anything that may be related to it? That.
On the scroll case?
On or around, yeah.
Sure. Make a different investigation check.
Different. Okay, so how about
Yeah,
we
make another
roll an investigation, but this time better.
But it's different.
It's better.
You don't really know how someone would hide a trap on something as small as a scroll case. And you don't see any signs of anything lying next to it, like behind or underneath the bookcase.
Okay. I will go ahead and shove my grubby mitts all over the bitch.
All right. Yeah, you pull the scroll case out. It looks pretty normal. There could just be like some notes in there. There could be something more valuable in there. Who knows?
Nice. So could I find out?
Yeah. So you open it, and inside are what are unmistakably a pair of spell scrolls.
Oh, thank God. I thought
they-
I don't know why there's a weird part of my brain that thought you were gonna say like fingers or something.
Fingers are in the no, what the hell? These
We're
spell
dealing with
scrolls.
vampires. They're fucked up.
These spell scrolls are written in red ink.
Is that can I turn to Zephylos and ask? Are spell scrolls normally written in red ink?
Are they like the spell scrolls we found in the Slayer Tower where they're hemomancy?
Good question, but you look at it and your first thought is, that's not ink.
Oh. Yeah, I think they're...
I love it. That was the most like movie theater like, oh.
But yeah, I'll check out the scrolls with my wizard eyes.
Okay, make a Arcana check to try to identify them quickly. It's hard to say what these are. It wouldn't be completely unheard of for a insane wizard to write a normal spell scroll with blood or like ink that's made partially with blood. But that would be kind of weird. You can't tell immediately whether or not these are hemomancy spells, but if you study it for an hour or so each, you could find out.
Well, let's go
Or,
ahead and wrap these
have
up,
identify.
and we'll take them with us. Oh, you're gonna identify them on the fly.
I was gonna say.
Oh yeah,
well,
you have identify.
I have identified. These might be helpful for now, so I'll just identify
They
them.
could be. Okay, so there's 2 of them. Choose a number, 1 or 2.
2.
2. Okay, so the first one. I better pull out my notes. Hang on.
So what was the issue with Foundry? Why wouldn't it let it load?
Are you asking me? I don't know.
Just reloading it fixed it, and you don't know why?
I don't know. I don't know if that even had anything to do with it, but yeah, I closed the app
Let's
and
be real.
relaunched it.
Reloading things 9 times out of 10 fixes it for no good reason.
What the hell's it called?
I fixed so many things for people by just literally.
Okay, so number 2 is it is indeed a hemomancy scroll. It appears to be of 3rd level, and it is called Blood Sight, which you understand to be a hemomancy spell that what the hell does this do? Allows you to basically see creatures that have. You can see the blood within creatures, kind of through walls or something like that.
I can see the blood within creatures when I murder them.
Its main purpose is to see if they're at 50% health or 25% health or etc. And
Okay,
then
yeah,
if they're below 25, then you see through.
Hey yo, it gives you Sombra wall hacks. Okay.
Only when they're injured though.
If you guys play Overwatch,
I would play Overwatch, but I have taste.
yeah, that's fair. Basically, that hero gets a wall hacks on anyone under like 1/4 health, so basically exactly what this spell does. The other scroll, as you are identifying it, at first you think that it looks like another spell that you know, which is not a hemomancy spell. One that creates a protective hut, if you will. However, as you finish the ritual casting and identification of this spell, you find that it is also, in fact, a hemomancy spell, which is called Sanguine Sanctum.
Oh, we got the blood dome, boys. I was just talking about the spell.
Creates a protective dome of blood around you.
Like how you
kind of like a version of
spell.
Liamon's tiny hut, but it's 1 action and it doesn't have infinite health.
Yeah, I like how you say this as if you didn't inspire the DM to add this as a spell directly because of the conversation before the session.
I had written this down a long time ago.
Yeah, sure you did, DM.
Now I don't have to waste my 7th level getting a free spell on it, so hell yeah.
Let's see. That was all. It was the 2 spells: Blood Sight and Sanguine Sanctum.
Okay.
Hey,
cool.
yeah. Now it looks like you can. Now it looks like you can take that cleric level after all.
Listen, I would if I could.
Just use your shitty wisdom. Just only get non-spellcasting ability spells, like Bless.
Everything fucking scales with wisdom in cleric, even the non-spell abilities.
Actually, probably you're right.
It's like, oh, you can do this a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier. Minimum of 1. I guess I'm doing it once. You know?
I do like this minimum of 1. Could you imagine 0?
You know what actually would be cool is if you've read this really cool document, which is called Planeshift Gillinor, you can swap out your channel divinity for one of a few Zerosian prayer themed channel divinity options, such as Prayer of Deflection, or Soul Split.
Soul Split actually sounds cool. Except I already do that with
Except
my
I
other
think
spell.
is it level 2 cleric that you get channel divinities?
Yes.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that'd mean
you would need 2 levels.
which again, if it was into cleric, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Well, maybe you should have thought about that when you dumped 2 different stats.
Listen.
Actually, you
Yes,
dumped 3 stats. What the hell? What is this? You dumped charisma, wisdom, and strength.
Yes. But look at my other 3 stats. They're really good.
Yeah, I feel like Zephylos is strong enough where I don't have to make any more concessions for him anymore, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't worry. I nerfed him
get,
myself by
9
making him kill
strength
himself.
for free?
Yeah, you did. And we already... Did we nerf or did we buff a spell? No, we buffed a spell.
You nerfed my cantrip.
I nerfed your cantrip, but I buffed the blood
You
version
buffed
of
the
Fireball.
Yeah.
Because it kind of sucked.
And it still kind of sucks, but I'm using it for the flavor.
Yeah, it does.
Blood Ball.
It's just kind of a worse version of Fireball, but that's okay. It's fun. We're doing this for fun.
Is that what you guys are here for?
Hell yeah, brother.
So anyway, you found those 2 scrolls, and you also found a dusty old journal of some kind. Notebook.
Well, I mean, let's pop that open, I suppose.
Okay. Do I have a handout for that? I don't think I do. I don't think it needs to be a handout. No, I do not have a handout for that because it is too long to be a handout. Okay, so you crack this bad boy open.
Gonna be a good boy.
And you find that it is written in a language that you can't read.
Yeah, most languages.
I think you can't read it. Hang on. No, you can't read it. I don't think anyone speaks this language.
Well, someone has to
Definitely
speak
not
in that language so they
Urlach.
could write it.
Not Dobson. And not Dermo. Why does Dermo know the Era language and the Gobi language?
I did not add that.
Explain yourself.
You know what? I think he gets Erit just because he happens to be an Erit, but he learned
Yes.
Gobi because he is a
Yeah,
Gobi.
I mean, mechanically I know why, but the lore really doesn't make sense.
I don't think he can actually, though. Like, if something came up where there's Erit writing, I don't think he'd actually be able to read it.
Yeah, maybe he's like one of those people where, like, you know enough Spanish to, like, know what somebody's saying when they talk to you, but you can't really speak it at all, like, kind of like me.
Can Erit be all Spanish?
Yeah, Erit is just Spanish. Okay, deal. If we meet any Erit, I'm gonna start speaking Spanish.
La cucaracha.
Caca.
Flexing.
Yep. So Erit's gonna be Spanish, and Gobi's gonna be Italian. I can speak a couple words of each.
No. No. I'm fine with that, though. I'm totally cool with it.
How do you say vampire in Italian?
Vampire.
It's vampira or vampiro.
Obviously, did you not know that? I mean, I knew that for sure.
Non mi piace
Come on.
I vampiri.
Oh god, yeah, that sounds like a Gobi to me.
That is the extent of my Gobi language knowledge.
You know what's even funnier is if you have to do it, you're going to insult only people that you don't know.
It's okay. I am Italian. I have the excuse.
Are you
I can
hairy?
use it however I like.
If you're not hairy, then you're not Italian. So
I am. Sometimes Mrs. DM likes to say that it's like I have leggings when I'm not wearing, like when I have shorts on or whatever.
Can you close my door? My kid walked in here and
I
leaves
heard.
my door wide
My
open.
Spanish sounded like Italian. Well, that's because it was Italian. God damn it.
Wait, was that supposed to be Spanish?
No, that was Italian. It just said, I don't like the vampires.
Oh, well, that's why it sounded weird, because that's false.
In Italian. Oh, yeah, he dropped his /s. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do this live.
Mm.
Can I get a
Que
vote
me
on
haces
who thinks
esto,
that?
Dr. Shab?
Oh. Oh my. Boys, I think I may be in heat.
What? Excuse me?
You're excused.
That doesn't sound very Italian. So yeah, you cannot read this book. Because you don't understand what it says. I wonder if
what
a
about
certain
your Italian?
friend has... Yeah, Dobson does have comprehend languages. What do you know?
All right,
don't
I
much.
summon Dobson the NPC to comprehend the language. The new master.
Dobson, the NPC, looks at the book and he's like, huh? What is that? Let me see. Ooh. He starts
I like how your Dobson
copying
voice
down
is so
the
not even trying.
he like starts copying down the title of it before he even starts translating it. He's like, oh, wait a minute, I can't read this. And then he casts his little spell, and you see his eyes kind of glow briefly as he casts the spell before the light fades. And he's like, oh, that's better. Now I can read it.
That's cute.
He flips through it. Uh-huh. Oh, weird. He's flipping through the book. This is very long and kind of difficult to read, so we're probably going to have to take this to the base and spend some time reading it for a while.
Okay.
But
that seems fair.
it looks like it's a book that has to do with some of the like experiments they were doing in the lab, and it has to do with blood magic.
Okay. Well, I guess we will. We'll bring it with us, so just pocket it, and then we will. We'll make sure to read it. Have a moment. Or not. Who knows? Maybe we'll die before then.
Okay. Maybe we should keep exploring then. Is there any other like exit from this laboratory room that we entered?
Not that you can see.
Are we like deep, or is this?
The way you say that makes me want to roll something.
When a player asks me a question that's based on character knowledge, I try to always answer in a way that doesn't reveal the situation to the player.
Yeah, we're in deep.
I'm sure you
shit,
guys
is what
know
he's
this
saying.
already, but yeah, if I answer a question with something like that, it's not because I'm like trying to hide something. It's because I'm intentionally saying it in a way that doesn't reveal the answer to you or the character.
Okay.
Yeah, he's saying yes. We need to look further.
There
Yeah,
could be, but you just don't know. There's no reason to suspect there is, but I'm not gonna outright say no, there is not.
Okay.
Yeah, he's saying no, outright no, there is not. We need to search further.
LeMayo.
Wow. All right. Well, based on that information, I mean, continue searching and not dying.
Okay, so you've pretty thoroughly searched the area with all of the alchemical equipment and all of the, well, what used to be like lots of notes and things, although almost all of them were burned except for the three things that you found. What remains that you haven't really spent any time searching is the other section of the room, which is filled with a number of the human-sized cages.
God, they're not Gobi-sized cages. That's scary.
Okay, so I guess I'll look around those then. I'm just curious what kind of blood magic experiments they're doing here. It sounds whack.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we could actually learn something from them and advance your knowledge. Well, okay. Is us taking blood magic from vampires kind of like, us learning things from the Nazis' studies and all that? Like, is it kind of one of those taboos?
I never thought of that parallel before.
We're fighting fire with fire, except it's war crimes.
Fighting war crimes with war crimes.
Yeah, I think that's happening in the real world right now.
Mm.
A little too on the nose. Sorry.
That's all we're gonna say about that.
Love the current state of political affairs. All right. What else is there that we could interact with, or be looking toward?
As I mentioned, you haven't yet investigated the area of the room with the cages where it seems they may have kept a number of captives.
I have investigated the cages, but is this separate from the cages that I investigated?
Yeah. I mean, you did briefly, I guess, but specifically, I think you were, at least in my mind, you were just having a look at the bones.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I was specifically seeing the logistics of, like, how long have these bones been here, like...
Yeah, so in my mind, you just, like, that was just, like, he picked up a couple bones and had a look at them to see kind of what was going on with those, and that was it.
Okay. I guess what can I notice about the caged room, and I guess its larger implications in the dungeon or the area we're currently in?
So it looks like, it definitely looks like the, whatever work was done here involved, some kind of work or, aw. That was adorable.
I'm about to have 2 of those, man. Baby, you need to close my door.
Is there another loaf in the oven?
Is there what?
He said he's about to have 2 of them, so I'm asking, is there another loaf in the oven?
Oh
yeah. No, my son's gonna be born here in 3 weeks.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I
congrats
thought I had told you guys. Yeah. Yes, I will.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just totally forget?
I don't know. I feel like I should have said something, but it may have just slipped. Honestly.
I don't think I remember hearing.
I don't recall
this,
either.
Congratulations, though.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, guys. Congrats to me for admitting it to it at month 9.
Damn.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, you finally hit level 20 parenting. You can have a second child.
If that was true, then a lot of better parents would be around. But
Oof.
It's
only level 20. You get like level 5 just for going through the childbirth anyway.
Here's the thing, though. I've seen a lot of people who have 8 children with level 1 parenting. So
maybe
there's a bug.
They lost XP.
Yeah.
They're on dead man mode. They lost their parenting XP.
Yeah, they got PK'd.
PK.
Parent killed.
Parent. No.
Anyway.
Anyhow, what the hell was I saying? So it looks like the cages obviously have something to do with the other equipment, and whatever work was done in this space.
Okay. So what else is there besides the cages?
You would guess that some form of experiments or work was performed on prisoners. Probably that came directly from Meiyerditch.
Right. So what else is there besides the cages? I guess because if I assume that there is a form of experimentation or, what is the experimentation doing here? Because the cages are here. So is there implements nearby? Yeah,
there are what appear to be like almost like they could be like torture implements. Like
right.
bent old like knives and poking devices.
Do
Poking
they
being
look
a more polite
surgical in
word than
nature,
really
or
it
do they
is.
look just for
They're
pure damage?
There are separately, there are actually a couple of things that look like they could have been surgical instruments as well.
Right.
There are two bits of furniture that look like they could have been kind of like an operating table sort of thing, but more gross.
More grosses and more blood, or just like old,
Like
decrepit?
less like something that looks like it would help the person, and more like it would be used to do something gruesome and gross.
Okay, so like the
Like
dentist
as in it
office.
has like built-in manacles on the table.
Okay, so like the OBGYN office.
I guess. You're gonna scare your wife.
You can't scare a pregnant woman, man.
Okay, that's fair. This isn't her first rodeo, I guess.
Yeah, this rodeo has
her
been
second rodeo.
done. All right. I mean, I guess could I inspect those torture equipments and see if there's anything fresh about them, or are they pretty antiquated?
Yeah, you have a look at them. I guess give me another investigation here at
I'm
this
gonna
point.
investigate the shit out of this game.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, no, I'm fucking not.
Oof. Nope. So
I'm not investigating well. From now on, I'm gonna have Zach do it, or Danny.
it looks like they could just have been used to torture their victims in order to inflict pain on them in a variety of ways. It's about all that you can infer.
Wow, that exactly what the name implies. Torture tools used for torture.
I mean, what else do you want? You rolled a 2.
Yeah, it's like no. I mean that as a 2-roller. Yeah, it's like when you examine something in game and it just says something like,
Yeah.
daisies commonly found in grass. It's like, wow.
I have a great example of this. Wait. Shoot. Let's see. I know there's an item in examine. No, that's not that one.
Are you talking about the ogre standards?
There's here we go. I found one of the greatest examines in old school. Okay.
Let's see what this says.
Let me take it.
Oh God, rock. Examine a rock.
Yeah, it's literally just a rock. It's like, wow, thanks.
Yeah, at some point, it's
that's
like, you're
basically
being
what
too
happened.
simplistic. Yeah, it's like it's too simplistic at times. Where it's like maybe even just put the Google definition of rock instead of giving me that shit. You know what though? I like to imagine that the examine text is what our character thinks when they.
I think
like,
that's canonically what it's supposed to be.
Like I'm gonna examine bones, right? And it says,
I mean,
bones are for burying. So it's like my dumbass character is like, ah.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely like fourth wall things going. I mean, it's just like a source
like
of
humor spotted kebbit
and
fur.
flavor.
Examine spotted kebbit fur, it says.
Yeah.
Maybe this is why people think furry dice make you go faster.
Does it actually say that?
I swear on my life, that's what it says.
Is it dashing kebbit fur?
No, this is spotted kebbit fur.
Wait, dashing kebbit fur is funny too. Nature's equivalent of go faster stripes.
Oh God! So are all three? Wait, what's the dark kebbit one?
Are they all puns, like jokes? Yeah, you got the spotted one right.
Yeah, and so the only other one's dark kebbit.
The dark one says sleek, silent, and furry. That one's not really funny. It's just kind of goofy description.
You know what though? I appreciate it. 2 car-related jokes and then one that is
two car jokes.
Just a straight observational humor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yannel's Smithy. Oh, wait, is that the tree that they removed and then they put it back, Shab? They probably put a joke on that tree, didn't they?
Wait, which one? The Yanil tree?
The Yanil tree by the smithy. Does that tree have its own article? Otherwise, I'm not going to pull open the game and look at it right now.
I'm gonna get it pulled up for you. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Yeah, tell us what it says.
Yep.
There's one in Varrock near the West Bank. What? Did they remove a tree there too?
All right. Interestingly, in 2019, some hills around Yanil were made smoother. Just so you know.
Okay.
I would say that the tree... Oh, is that the tree that was on top of the clue spot after the graphical update?
I thought it was like next to the clue spot, and clue hunters would use it as a reference point for where the dig spot was, so then when they removed it, it was more difficult to find that spot, and that's what the drama
But
was.
you don't even have to dig there. It's like a pretty big region that you can...
I mean, yeah, isn't it a three by three?
You can dig inside
you
of
can dig in.
inside the house.
Oh yeah, you can actually. Yeah, that's right. You can dig that spot from inside the building.
I'm not sure. I'm searching for it. So.
But I thought it was because it was harder for people to find the dig spot.
All right. So there was a tree in Yanil by the clue spot. Timbo removed it when they graphically updated the area. There was so much support to bring
they
it back
moved
that they added
it.
it with a new examine text. Not only was it a new examine text, but there was a short saga with a fence going, and the king rolled had responses about it, with new development happening every week for several weeks. There was also one in the West Varrock Bank tree.
Okay, yeah, so they moved the tree, which threw off people trying to do the clue.
I think because the image of the clue step had a tree there.
Yeah. There was the one in Varrock had a game content update with a fence and guards. I think I remember that. Oh yeah, the Yanil tree says never let Mod Timbo near a thing of beauty.
Oh my god, that's a great example.
And then
do you guys remember when they added Twisted Bow spawn to Old School?
Oh, if you cut that tree down, the examine text changes to Timbo.
Ha! That's good. That's a good one. Yeah, I like shit
funny.
like that. Like, it's so simple but so funny.
Back to D&D.
Yeah.
I mean, only if we have to.
S tier, yeah.
Alright, so I will share what I've found, even though it's practically the equivalent to nothing. With my compatriots.
Look at this. It's a rock.
Yeah, so other than that, I mean, I think that's all I can get from it, unless there's like a second pair of eyes that maybe wants to assist me or do something like that. Because I mean, for me, my investigation is just so shit. You'd think I didn't have dark vision.
I mean, if the DM allows, I could take my own look. But
Yeah, you can, because nobody else helped.
Look, we have 4 people. At least 2 of us can do something.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the others passive unless there's like something specific to them that they can do, like cast locate object or comprehend languages.
Can we actually have Dobson? I would like Dobson to be sitting on my shoulders for the entirety of this
Yes.
escapade.
So
like obviously
Zephylos is investigating. Was it specifically the implements of destruction?
yes.
Okay. So, having a close look at these tools,
wait, the
it
2
seems
wolves?
it seems that some of them are indeed simple. They appear to be simple, like torture implements. Like pokers or knives used to inflict pain or other things. Other things appear to be more, slightly more scientific in purpose. There are tools which are could have been used to let blood or perform injections. There are surgical implements. of various kinds. There are the sort of operating tables that they had there, as Dermo would have noted easily, look like they would have been used on an unwilling subject, because they have these like metal restraints on them. They are indeed stained with quite a bit of blood. And so it looks like whatever the vampires are doing, it involved the sort of torturing or maybe even maiming of unwilling subjects, and the some sort of alchemical or sort of magical sort of combination with that, of experiments on humanoids relating to blood magic. Yeah.
All right. Well, between the scrolls and the book, I think we may have found our tools as to what's it called? Maybe one of these were the weapons. Like maybe the book has a secret written in it as to, you know, how the vampires operate and such. So I think we've exhausted this room for what it's worth.
I'm useless when it comes to blood, I'll be honest. I can only produce it.
Yeah. Because I don't.
Also, I mean, like that seems all pretty standard for what I'd expect for this.
Yeah, I mean, well, we searched pretty much the whole room. I don't think there's any places that we haven't searched.
Yeah,
At this
I mean,
point,
it's
yeah,
not like
you've done a thorough search of basically the
So we
entire
found the
space.
blood spells. We found some torture implements, which seem not to be super fresh. And we found... What was that third thing that we found?
The journal.
Scrolls.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, the journal, the scrolls, and
the journal. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Other tools.
So, I mean... Other than that, I mean, unless there's something that we're really missing, I don't see any reason to like hyper fixate on this room.
Oh, hey, there's a huge vampire slaying sword just sitting there in the middle of the...
How could we miss it?
I can't believe we missed that. It's a giant laser gun.
Zephylos, is there any other? What about you two, Dobson and Horseman?
Urluk is sleeping in the corner, snoring.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Um,
Dobson just hanging out on top of me, so he'd see all the same things as I see.
Yes. Yeah, he's kind of just following you around.
Huh. So, I mean, but it was so well locked. What? I mean, there has to be something, right? Like,
Oh my god, Shab, you cannot call for an Arcana check with your character if you are not here.
He's like, DM, please
That's
let
not
me
how
play
this
without having
works.
to play.
He's memeing, I know, but I had to meme back.
All right. Anything else you know what we could do? Like, I don't have anything we can really do. All my spells and stuff are pretty much just combat right now. I don't really have any, like, super investigative abilities other than, you know, like I can Eldritch Blast a bunch of shit.
I'm trying to look through my spells, but I think the only thing I can do is do a detect magic to see if there's anything that pings in this room.
Let's go ahead and do that because we're missing something. There's no way they'd have so much security to get to this room. And
Again,
for it
I
to
think
just
it
be
might be just a
abandoned.
book, homie.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I mean, I feel like, do you set up traps and set up an elaborate Rubik's Cube just to get to nothing besides like a book? At that point, just keep it with you. You know, it's a book. You're not going to walk 20 miles to the library every time you want to read The Cat in the Hat. You're going to bring The Cat in the Hat with you. You're going to take it out with the library card.
Based on the situation in which you found the book, it seems more like it had gotten misplaced or forgotten rather than it was intentionally left down here to be solely protected by the trapdoor.
But then again, they also re-trapped the door and hid the key before leaving.
They did.
Which is, they're obviously wanting things to not get down here.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that they are torturing people, so it's not like they'd be like, oh, we don't want people to find out about our war crimes. Like, they don't give a fuck.
That wouldn't really make sense, no.
So to me, that says, it doesn't say, but it whispers softly into my ear while chanting about demonic forces. Right? Something has to be, something has to be up here. Maybe nothing major. I don't think it's anything like, oh my god, but I don't know. What do you think, Zeph? Always been my rock through these.
Yeah, I'll cast Detect Magic GM to see if that picks up on anything.
So obviously it will ping on the spell scrolls that you just found. Other than those, let's see. The range on that's only like 20 feet, right?
Yeah, but
You
it moves
cast it
and
and
I'll
then
walk
walk
around the
around.
room.
Yeah, you would loop around the room. So I don't think there'd be anything else left that has that pinging. You have found evidence, as I mentioned a little bit, that there was magic happening here, either in the alchemy or in the operations that were performed. But there's not any magic that is lingering here. No remaining magical effects or items.
It's
Okay.
almost like when you turn 10 years old and you find out that Sinterklaas isn't real. Just the remnants of magic.
I was 14 when it happened to me.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Lucky girl.
It wasn't like a sudden thing for me. It was kind of like a gradual realization, I feel like, over a few years.
You know what? For me, it was all at once. You know why? I woke up one day to find out that Santa hadn't eaten his cookies.
Wow.
Why would Santa not have eaten his cookies? Santa always eats his cookies.
Yeah. But and I never got the parents that do the one bite in the cookie just to show they was there. Like-
Santa would have eaten them motherfuckers. His jolly old fat ass would have destroyed those cookies. Look, I'm an adult man now, and I know, motherfucker, if you put a cookie on a plate, you're gonna wake up to an empty ass plate. Hate to say it, bud.
It's true.
That,
Preach.
or you gave me a Rice Krispie treat, cup of milk, almond please, not regular cow's milk. Almond milk's better. Bro, it's over. Down the hatch, you know. Almost like us right now. We're down the hatch.
Okay, so magic Detect magic isn't bringing up much.
So, do you think that we should just retreat and read the book, do you have our own home?
Yeah, we should go back and maybe if the book isn't what was so important, then maybe the book will shed light onto what we missed. And also going back gives me time to copy these spells into my spellbook.
So, other than that, though, I mean, on the way out, we reset everything, right?
Like the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. Really, all you would have to do is close the trapdoor and take the key back.
Right, but we had to reset it where it came from and make sure that the door is electrified, so that, you know.
You could do that.
Yeah, we'll have Dobson make sure that the door is electrified. Probably just put like some metal to it to see if it arcs.
As far as you know, the vampires were not aware of the location of that key, but it could be good to do that just to be safe if you're worried.
Well, how would we be aware of that?
Because the note that you found in Mortis's home that he had written said, hang on. They would not rest until I was caught if they knew that I have means to access that place again hidden at home.
Hidden again, so the word again, what we're kind of aiming on with there.
It's not a bad idea, though.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a full make sure 100% cleanup. Just
full factory reset.
Yeah, not to mention I'm going to get a fresh installed Windows, not saving any of the previous files just in case it contains a virus.
Oh.
Danny's computer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it is simple enough to leave the lab how you found it. It's already kind of destroyed, so it would be pretty hard to detect your presence here.
They get back, they're like, wait, why is it so clean here?
Wait a minute. That pile of ashes was moved.
Hey, you know what? They had, what was his name? Not House. What was the other? Monk, the TV show.
Ascendant Dragon or Drunken Master?
No. Did you ever watch the TV show? It was a good show.
I've seen a little bit of it, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I mean, is there anything else we can do until we find out more information about this? 'Cause, I mean, we have the journal, so we have to read that, and we have the blood spells and stuff. It's good that they're in our hands and not the enemies.
That looks like just about it on my part. I think we just head back at this point. Like, unless I go over to this wall over here and there's a hidden entranceway, I say jokingly knocking at it.
Casually leans on a brick that's sticking out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
So you are easily enough able to return to the home, replace the key in its hiding spot, and then double back to the Meiyerditch hideout, which is kind of closer to where you came from than the house.
Mm-hmm.
So you go wee over there, and then wee back to the hideout.
This is just bothering me though. I feel so unresolved. I feel like.
Well, maybe you should read the book then, huh?
No, I get that. I'm just saying. Well, we can't because he already used his slot for it, right? Or can you do it twice in a day?
What, Dobson?
Dobby boy.
He probably would have cast it ritually. Which I think you can do with Comprehend Languages. And also it's only a first level spell, so you could do it like 10 times if you really needed to. see, how long does it last? 1 hour?
So yeah, he'll just recast it when we get back, so it doesn't really matter.
For the duration, you blah 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 blah. 1 hour, yeah.
You'll never believe it. We got a book.
Also, for some reason, it specifies it takes 1 minute to read 1 page of text.
Wait, really?
It says that in the description of comprehend languages.
Wait, that takes so long though. Holy shit.
I feel
A
like that's
full
reasonable.
minute.
A minute for a page?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I guess if you're really trying to read that page.
A page could be like 30 lines.
Yeah? How slow do you read?
That's like 2 seconds per line.
How slow do you read?
Very slow. I've always been a slow reader.
That's okay. We still love you. Not as much as previously, but...
Ouch.
Somewhat.
Okay, so back at the Marquee Hideout. Oh.
We get one of those, like, Batman pans, you know. Back.
Ba-do-do-do-do. You return to the hideout with your spoils. What do you do first?
We'll make sure everyone's good. No one died while we were gone. No one followed us.
Check.
I want to make sure that, you know, we're leaving no traces. I will, first of all, check and make sure that they still have snacks.
I think you've been feeding them every day with the berries, so.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna make sure that they
Vertida
have
also
snacks.
has that capability as well.
Right. I'm making I'm making sure that I have snacks. Making sure that they have snacks.
They do.
I'm feeding them. And then I guess we'll settle in and read a nice, cozy, comfy book.
All right.
Can he read it to us, or can he only read it?
Oh yeah, I guess only Dobson has the comprehend languages. Let me see what's going on here.
I get Cliff Notes, Dob.
So, casting the spell ritually again. This time he has a closer look at it for several minutes.
1 minute per page. Yep.
1 minute per page. And as he's reading it, he says, this is written in a really old language, one that I've not really seen before. I think it's like an ancient language of the vampires.
It's Greek? Just...
Now, I'm sure that you know that most of the vampires, they just speak Infernal, and you know, in common too. But this is written in a different language that is really
Uncommon.
only known by sort of, as far as I know, more important vampires. As far as I can tell, because I know it's a vampire origin, but you know, not all of them really speak it. Anyway, this book is very complicated and hard to read.
It's actually just trigonometry.
Kind of taking me a while to decipher kind of what's going on, but also there are sections of it that are missing. You can see that. Is Dan snoring? Is that what that is?
I think he fell asleep.
Oh my god, my man's.
But yes,
He's
we'll verify
like
if he's
30
here or
minutes
not.
early. Wait, I
We'll
know.
verify if he's good or not.
I know
but
what
if
to
not,
do.
I mean, we're at the good stage.
I know what to do. Play all the sounds. My man's absolutely sleeping.
Good. Well, and when you don't have as many people.
I can't tell if it's snoring or like
He's in
shitty
the other room.
audio speaking at times. What? Oh, that sounded like a normal breath. Eh?
We're just
Wait,
trying to
do I
make
have
sure
a...
our geriatric
Wait,
friends
I think
alive.
I have a really loud sound effect in Foundry. Hang on. Where's that noise? Yeah, some of these should do. Okay, you might want to turn your volume down.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if that was gonna be
knew
enough.
you could play? Who knew you could play single player D&D? Yeah. So what does he read about?
Okay, so I'm gonna turn Danny's volume down. Let me know if he starts talking like a normal
will.
person again. So, and then we'll wrap up in a few minutes.
It's okay. I already heard you yawn, so it's okay.
Yeah. So he's like, this is gonna take me a while to kind of decipher. It's written in kind of a complex, sort of scientific way, and you know, even with comprehended languages, it's a little hard to understand what it's talking about. I might have to study this for a day or two to really figure out what's going on here.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it was so it's written in almost like a royal tongue, or is this like a scientific tongue? Like, is this like a
Like both at the same time.
okay? So this is almost like the king's, or a king's scientist would be writing this.
Could be. Oh, is he alive?
Yeah. That
Yeah,
was a
well,
normal
I hear
human. That was a normal
Yeah.
human voice.
That was
Holy
some
shit.
gnarly snoring, bro.
Oh, actually?
Yeah.
Yes.
You gotta watch
Oh,
the
I've
VOD
been
now.
diagnosed, by the way, with severe sleep apnea.
Oh shit. That
I went
makes
to
a
a sleep
lot of
study
sense.
the other day. No, apparently it's so bad they had to stop the sleep study and put a CPAP on me immediately. So I have a
Yeah,
medical
that's
reason for
great.
falling asleep.
Yeah, well, actually, so the great thing about apnea too is like you're not getting enough oxygen when you're asleep, so it's like you're literally having brain
I believe
deficiency.
they said my oxygen was at 70%, which is apparently really low.
That's not a
Oh,
good number, buddy.
that doesn't
That's
sound
like
good.
COPD levels.
Dang, does that mean we can't make fun of you anymore?
Oh no, we still can.
My
No,
phone says you
no, it just
me.
means he'll probably wear like a mask later in life, which is, I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, later in
It just,
life, like a month.
Yeah,
No,
we'll send you
no,
some
no, no, no.
we'll send you some Bane memes.
Nice.
Well, if it makes you feel better, while my wife's been pregnant, the snoring has gotten so bad at times where it's like I literally will have to like do the pillow over both ears, like from the movie thing.
Oh no.
But my snoring naturally, without being pregnant, it's really bad. So
Well, I can only imagine you're pregnant now.
a lot of people try to imagine that. Hate to say it.
Yeah.
So Daniel, did you miss out on anything important?
The last thing I remember was the script is written in like a royal dialect.
Okay, yeah. So it's like a scientific and royal at the same time.
My two favorite languages, scientific and royal.
He also said that no one was directly following us as far as we could tell when we came in. And also that everyone ate my yummy, yummy food and loved it and thought it was so cool.
So did anyone make sense of the diary then, since we know what it's written in?
He said it's going to take him a couple days to fully go through it. He says so complex because it is like not only scientific but also like ye old English.
Additionally, there are some portions of it that are missing, as indicated by some like burnt off pages.
Yeah, and when you have burnt off pages, it's definitely not a good thing. That's a joke. I'm sorry.
Okay. Can I spend time to write in the new spells to my spell book?
Yes. I am assuming, yeah, you have plenty of gold to do that. you can do that.
I used
It's
to have plenty
however
of-
many hours each one.
And I get that discount because I'm a blood mage.
Indeed.
No, he gets a frequent flyer discount, you know?
That is really just what this happens.
Kind of like when you get multiple crystal bows from Isowin.
Oh yeah.
It's like, hey man.
After you get your 6th crystal bow, it's like 30% cheaper.
Hey bud, you come here enough, okay? We can't keep taking your money like this. How about we just take less of it?
Also, sorry I'm always in a different place every time you come here.
Well, that wouldn't happen if you finished all the quest lines.
Does she stop moving after old school? I guess you find her in Prif after that.
Yes. I don't actually know. Wait, on old school, I don't know. Let me see.
Or can you sing your own seed now?
Well, yeah, you can definitely do that, but okay. So Isowin, yeah, after Song of the Elves, she is an East Pristinus. So,
Yeah.
you know what's great about that is like they literally just said, "Hey, RS3's Pristinus is really cool. We should just do that."
We should just pretty much copy it 1-to-1.
But it's different, guys, because it's
But it's different because we have a mining boss
that no one likes except
that
for
everyone
boss hunting.
hates except bots.
We also have this this literally best in slot bow and sword stuff that comes from the most grindy, like repetitive minigame that literally everyone calls a prison.
Hey man, I got my I got an enhanced seed and like 20 kills of normal gauntlet. Wasn't so bad.
You don't admit to that, please. You will be getting death threats.
I love when people make posts on Reddit about being really dry at CG.
Yeah, well, did you not know that complaining is the only way to get the drop?
Because I just got so stupidly lucky in the first like 3 days of playing.
So on leagues, I went and killed Mr. Guardor to go ahead and get my Bandos armor.
Yeah.
And I got the pet on 13 KC.
Whoa.
And the pet drop rates are not enhanced. Clarification. And the funny part about that is,
oh, that's right, yeah.
I'm over 6,000 kills dry of getting it on both my Iron Man and main combined. on old school and RS3 combined.
Isn't the rate 3,000 or 4,000?
1 in 5k on
5.
RS3, but you have a increased modifier for every 1,000 kills you do.
Yeah. Yeah. I still only have 1 Arma piece on leagues right now.
Wow, you should
Sad.
fix that.
I
Wait,
should
are you a
at
mage
least
relic or range relic?
melee.
Wait, what the fuck? You're a melee relic?
Yeah. I was
Oh,
just
God.
complaining to you about how I regretted it.
No, I understand that, but Christ, like I for some reason I was like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, and then
No.
like, I didn't
I
comprehend
have to
languages.
range him. Basically my guardian does all the DPS.
You should also you should look into just manually casting, get a Staff of the Dead and manual cast blood spells.
Oh yeah, I have like 3 of those.
Yeah, use Staff of the Dead, manual cast blood spells because you get a 15% damage modifier on top of the fact that it's going to heal you.
Damage modifier. I can't even hit him. I'm just gonna splash.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So
Honestly, Kree doesn't do that much damage to you,
right,
in my experience.
it depends on
Going
what
in
you're
with like black D-hide and Arma pants.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that means that you're not going to have any magic attack bonus, so I guess that's kind of like
Well,
the
I'm
reason you're not
ranging
gonna hit
him.
with it.
I'm using diamond bolts.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Stop.
Cause I got an Arma crossbow pretty
I'll be
early.
real, man. Magic just makes it so free. I literally walked in there day 1 and was doing all 4 of the Godward dungeon bosses with
Yeah.
no gear.
Maybe I might try magic later, but I was gonna try to get a Masori piece first and then go back and do it.
Oh, my story's chilled, bro. My story's great, and it looks dope.
Anyway, that's enough for that old school tangent.
No.
Before we lose Dan again.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, no, we I mean, it's fine because we're all kind of like slowing down. So we know
Yeah.
it's gonna be a day or two for
Yeah.
that to be read and deciphered.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we needed to do that wasn't directly just time gated verbiage?
So the other, let's see, so you haven't reported into the Meiyerditch what you found yet, and the other lead that's still in the air is the mention of the mines in Mortis's hidden note, as well as the group of you have still not really actually tested the Rod of Ivandis yet, because you didn't really have an opportunity to do that. Even still, I think in the fight with the vampires, since you got it, either it didn't happen to be used in the fight, or like somebody used it and they missed.
Okay, understood.
I can't remember.
Okay, yeah, so we'll definitely, those are the 4 key points. Other than that, I mean, I don't really have anything right now that I can think to do that's not just going to be hashing, like, let's just wait it out and see what the journal says. But even then, I mean, I'm not sure if it's going to say anything that's going to be like, hey, to kill the vampire king, go ahead and just do this. You know? I have my press X to doubts.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we can like do this bit of downtime with him reading the book, and then close out for today.
Yeah, I want to hear every
do you
time.
wanna do you wanna RP with the Meiyerditch, telling them what you found?
No, I actually want to RP with Daniel.
Okay.
Hey Zeph. Hey bud. Hey buddy.
Yes.
Does it worry you at all? Yeah. The concepts that our eugenicist friend is maybe starting to develop.
Are you referring to Carla?
Who else? I may be a follower of Eros, and I trust Urluk may have concepts that, you know, I feel like with religion and concepts like this, it can be dangerous because interpretation can lead us all down different paths. I feel his interpretation may be a bit harsh.
He's very literal.
Right, and absolutes can lead to innocent people getting caught up in a crossfire that they did not sign into. I feel as though it will lead us to becoming just the type of people we're trying to liberate these people from.
Yeah.
Ironically, we may become as bloodthirsty as a vampire themselves, if that makes sense.
Listen, I definitely agree with certain bloodthirstiness towards vampires. But yeah, it's the blindness to the people getting involved in it is I do agree to an extent of concern.
I don't think that not only the Meiyerditch, but if I was a captive and my savior came while murdering the people I knew very well, it may become problematic for me as a captive to agree or to join the side, even though I'm being liberated. I don't want to accidentally scare off or dishearten people we have spent this time and effort to assist.
Yes. No, I agree. I agree. See, what Urluk doesn't understand is that outside of his little pocket in the desert, Zaros has been dead to everyone for centuries. If people know who Zaros is, It's some vague name in a history book that's found in one city's grand library, museum, and nowhere else, right? So
Right.
no one's going to really get on the Zeros, hornless unicorn with us, just willy nilly. They don't have the context.
I think it's almost as if it's even harder than converting a normal proselyte.
Oh, certainly. So the fact that it's like, oh, well, you gotta give into the glory of Zeros or else, it's like, no, people aren't going to be that susceptible, and that's just a
What
fact that we have to deal with.
do we know what the beliefs of these people are? What god do they follow?
I assume they're Cerdominus. Most humans are.
Is there a reason for that? Uh, Considering from what I've read, were you not brought here by Gothics?
Yeah, but there was a whole him sleeping thing, and the other gods came along, and then Cerdomin was popular with humans. I
So
don't know.
was
I
it
was a very
a
bad
lack of
Cerdomin when I was one.
so was it a lack of faith that made people switch from Gothics during his slumber, or was it a necessity for something direct?
I don't know, but the second age where Zaros is from, which is after Gothics, is thousands of years ago. So it might just be a time thing, you know. Maybe he just fell out of favor.
Do you think that, uh, under all circumstances, that these gods not only have domain over the real world, but also the unreal world?
I have no idea what that's supposed to mean.
So there seems to be, I mean, we've seen it ourselves, the darker magics and the things around us. I'm wondering if, it seems like there's a shadow world around us that it's like a veil.
What's this shadow world you speak of? Like, I know of the Shadow Realm.
Right. Well, I guess I'm saying we've had many encounters already with just things that can be real to us but fake to others, or fake to them
Can
and
you give
real
me
to
an
us.
example?
Beliefs, things like that, like things that are not objects but are so real to us that we could call it true, like something that's not physical.
You need to stay off the shrooms, man.
I just wonder if the gods could play with our minds the same way they play with our physical world.
The gods don't have influence here anymore.
Well, obviously they do, even if not physically. That's what I mean.
No, but even then, I'm sure, as you notice, it takes a powerful cleric to even make a small bridge between the gods and Gielinor. Anything less of a cleric or even a divine, you know, paladin of sorts. Like with all my might, I was able to pray a little bit of vigor into you, and that was just about it.
Right,
So
but
no, I don't think they're altering our minds. They can barely alter the world itself.
well, consider that the belief in a god such as Zeros himself has caused the death and destruction of thousands. Do you not consider that power?
Now we're getting into semantics. That's influence, and that's
Right. Well, but how do we not know that that's on purpose?
sure. It could be by all means, right? But still, I don't think the gods have any power on Gielinor that isn't through a vessel of a mortal.
I just worry for those that we're going to convert, or not per se convert, but save, that if they have been influenced by Saradomin or Zamorak or whoever it may be, that our belief in Zeros may be at odds with their saving.
Again, I don't even think they know who Zeros is.
They may not. I think that's what I'm getting at. They may not.
Yeah, but I don't think their vaguely, serotoninous tendencies is going to subconsciously understand the threat that is Zeros to their, hold. Like, they're not possessed by serotonin.
Right, but with someone like Urluk who pushes his beliefs past a certain level, even with a faint faith in a god, could it not create a rift between?
No, I think it has nothing to do with belief in a deity. It comes off as Urluk being extremely zealous, I think is what.
So I'm not sure if there's a way we could convince him to reduce his not preachiness, but zealotry, I guess, as you said, to make it easier for us to convert or create a welcoming environment for those that we're trying to bring over. Because there's nothing that crushes a faith more than feeling excluded.
Well, he's trying. He's giving food to people.
Right. There's start.
He's giving food to a starving population. I think that nothing will draw attention like that. But no, again, we just have to keep an eye and make sure it's moderate. What he doesn't understand, again, we have very different upbringings of Zoroastrianism, considering mine started only a few years ago. But Zoroastrianism, especially post, you know, usurping, is supposed to be a subtle religion. It's supposed to be one that doesn't take a spotlight. It's supposed to be one that, works in the background and operates in the shadows. And he's very loud with it. And I think that kind of removes all the benefits and the subtlety and power of Zeros's network. Like, Zeros does not have the numbers on Gielinor right now to be a loud religion. That's for sure. Like, as far as I know, there's the four of us, or three of us rather.
I have seen the power myself. The fact that he could repel me from a temple until I commended him shows that, I mean, he is the most physically real of all the gods I've encountered. Gielinor yet.
Saradomin has a river that literally lets vampires not pass it. I think there's more powerful displays of energy.
I mean that I have seen. Granted that the vampires can't, but I've never been enacted on by it yet.
Yeah. Well, again, Zeros is the mightiest of the deities. Yeah. Zeros is the mightiest of the deities, which is why I follow him. But he's been put in a bad position by Zamorak, and we have to walk on eggshells until the time is right.
Where I'm from, the life force of the planet that we inhabit, or what should I say, it is the religion itself. I mean, even for me, believing in a gist of a god is a step away from my upbringing. So hopefully we're all able to come to an odd where we can say that the good of the people that we are here to assist should override our own personal beliefs at some level. So I'm hopeful that we could speak some sense into Urluk to not ostracize those we're here to save.
Again, he's doing okay for now. I think it's something we should keep an eye on, but it's not at the point where any confrontation is necessary.
I think Dobson's fine. I think he'll be, as long as he doesn't try to inspect the body parts of saving, he should be fine.
Yeah, Dobson has never been on my radar.
The radar. Compass.
Yeah.
All right. So, uh, with that all said, hopefully that has given Dobson enough time to read that book.
So, over the next 2 days, it probably would be. He reads it over, having to repeatedly cast ritually comprehend languages. And I'm gonna do a check for him, which may or may not be rather important.
Like comprehension.
Comprehension. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Okay. Okay. Possibly crucial. What kind of check would this be? I think it's just gonna be intelligence. Write that down. Write that down. Oh my god, bro.
At its best.
He tried his best. You're right about that. I am gonna add his proficiency because
Wait, could I guide him in any way,
is
or is that
reading.
not?
No, because it's taking place over a long period of time.
I have nothing better to do. I'm just sitting there casting guidance every second.
That's not how that works.
It's a cantrip. I can just keep doing it. Who's gonna stop me?
Okay, so I'm adding his proficiency, so that's 11. I'm not going to RP this because Dobson's voice is going to irritate my throat. He finds, over a lengthy period of study of this book, that it is essentially a sort of research, sort of scientific journal of a vampire that was working on this work in the lab. So a combination of human scholars as well as vampires were forced to work in the lab in an attempt to find a way to increase the blood production of humans. That was the goal.
Oh, just get them excited.
Was to basically fatten them up. And so these secretive experiments were held very tightly under wraps. They are kept very discreet from the public, and they involved a variety of brutal magical and physical sort of torture methods, which would often kill the subjects of the experiments. The subjects were both humans and vampires.
Wait, really?
And so that's kind of what the purpose of it seems to be.
Porpoise?
Now, more interestingly and more relevantly, what Dobson managed to find, which could be of use, is kind of cobbled together from a variety of passive mentions as well as scientific findings, is that the party already, as well as the Meiyerditch, have personally witnessed that the Vyres, so any of the more powerful vampires, like the Firewatch or the stronger ones, have an ability to kind of evade the attacks of their enemies. And like I said, you guys have personally witnessed like a spell or a swing of a weapon that looks like it's about to hit in the heat of battle. They like narrowly sort of twist their way around the attack, dodging it just beforehand. And so piecing together several bits of information from this book, Dobson has determined that this ability to avoid attacks stems from a form of precognition, which is sort of a short-term telepathy that some vampires possess, which allows them to predict how the enemy will attack just beforehand and narrowly dodge it. And this seems to be made possible by the Vyres, quote, sensing the intentions of the creature through its very blood. He will quote there. And he notes further that this instinct could be supposedly mitigated, and again here he quotes something directly from the book. If the attacking creature strikes without intending to do so, or strikes in a way which they did not mean to use. He goes on to explain that the book also mentions that the only other known method to bypass this resistance is mentioned very casually, sort of in passing. But there seems to be some other known, confirmed way to bypass this resistance, which is called, he translates it as, quote, ancient blister. Even the author doesn't exactly know what it is, or if it even really exists. And so the author does not clarify what this could mean. End rant.
Of course, we know all about this.
I can summarize that in bullet points in the Discord.
No, I have 100% understood what you
So you
just
guys want to, if you want.
Yeah, so...
But I'm gonna actually,
means.
I should make note of what I did and did not share because I had more, but that roll was pretty low.
Right. I wonder.
And
if
no,
that
you won't be
means
able to redo the roll.
I wonder if that means that if I was to do a larger attack that was purposely meant to block, like not hit the enemy, but was meant to do an area of effect, like almost like a fireball. Do you think that maybe I would? You know what I mean?
From your own experiences, even area-based effects seem to have been subject to this precognition effect.
So they knew that I knew that they knew.
They knew that you were aware that they would be affected by the spell, and reacted accordingly.
Interesting.
This would be something that you have observed.
Is blister a word in our vocabulary? Like, besides obviously having a blister on your skin, that has no context besides like the word that we would associate it with.
So the way that Dobson will have explained this is by means of literal translation. It probably doesn't mean a literal like skin-related thing. It's probably just a word that is used in this vampiric language, which can only really be translated to the common word for blister.
Interesting.
But he would have made special note of that linguistic context.
Okay. Well, with that context, I think we are one step closer to defeating our overlords.
Yeah. So this probably is more compelling evidence than really anything that you've seen before, with the exception of the rod that you guys crafted.
Would I be able to piece together why the rod would have any effect on this precognition?
You don't even know if it does yet, because no one has successfully injured a vampire with it.
Right. But I mean, the fact that they say that there is possibly, I mean, I don't know if this, maybe they're calling the blister this rod. How I want to conceptually think, how would this rod do that if it could do it? Not saying it can, but like thinking, since they're saying there is a thing that can do this,
Dermo might think that has something to do with the magic in the rod.
Okay, like a magical.
Or another thing that you know about the rod that I think it was mentioned by the um, the corpse of Ivandis that you spoke with, is that it has something to do with the exact geometry of the rod is special as well.
Okay.
But it could just be part of the magic of it.
Very good. Okay.
If that is even related to this precognition ability.
Right. Well, Zephylos, I think we've gained at least one knowledge from this information.
You gain one knowledge. Good job.
If we're to gain anything else, it's not going to be from rehashing the footsteps we've already.
Alright, so he went back to sleep.
I think that's speak for the entire party.
Oh,
I think
almost. What did you say?
He's just mumbling to himself.
Did you say something about Brassica Prime?
Ignore the madman. He knows not what he speaks.
Alright, I think it's time to wrap up.
I think your time to wrap up.
Yeah. Everyone who's conscious can do their 3 favorites.
It was a bit of a shorter one, but I mean, I enjoyed that. Even with our bad rolls, we were still able to do things. I mean, and I do appreciate that in circumstances where there is just nothing more to gain from a circumstance, that, you can literally just be told, like, there is nothing more. I mean, it's just a room that is locked away. Sometimes things don't have to be things, if that makes sense.
What other than this last one, what bad rolls were there really?
I rolled very poorly for all my investigations.
Oh, that's fair. I feel like Zephylos consistently picked up the slack on it, though.
Yeah. But, no, I mean, even besides that, though, even with all of our rolls and everything, sometimes the things were just nothing. Like, there didn't have to be a grand scheme to it. It could just be a large room, and that's fine.
Sure.
I don't know, I feel like something I've noticed in groups that I've been in and things is the need for everything to have significance, and sometimes it just doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, not everything is gonna.
Yeah, like in my group, that's something I've run into already. Is every time I mention something, people are like, okay, so that's obviously a biggie. So I mean, maybe that's a bias on my end, but I like when things don't always have a neatly cut answer. Like, sometimes a suit of armor is just a suit of armor.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. And he fell asleep, which is adorable. And I like that I did not fall asleep. No, Dermo getting into philosophy and stuff like that, because I feel like coming from a position such as him, like where gods are taboo, and even the thoughts of gods can be frightening for some Gobi. His acceptance of Zeros was almost on a conditional. It was like, hey, I'm accepting this god, but I'm still skeptical inherently. But that's about it for
Okay.
what I can pull out of today's session.
For me, I like I don't know why, but I liked how Dermo was just like skeptical of random traps and stuff.
I feel like that's natural though, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, that was just kind of a neat little thing that happened with the scroll case. It's like, I thought they were gonna
You
be
wouldn't think
human-
that there'd be it, but
human parts in there. It's like, what? I guess.
I don't know, man. I'm skeptical as a human being, so I think Dermo is an extinct.
Something that I did. I liked how I kind of winged the description of like how the spell scrolls looked. I don't think that I insinuated with the previous set of blood spell scrolls that they were written in blood. But I had an opportunity, and so I did that, and I liked how that kind of sounded.
Yeah.
Is Danny with us?
In spirit.
A
My 3 favorite things. Favorite thing I did, besides fall asleep,
You didn't fall asleep. We would have let you know if you fall asleep.
was waking up. No. No, what's it called? I don't know. I like that I came up with a solution of using the party members, such as locate object, to find the key at the beginning and just expedite us walking around like idiots. Because I don't think we would
True.
have thought to look at the fucking painting. I think that's beyond us.
Don't act like it was such an obvious thing.
It's one of the. It's not a thing that you would really think of. You wouldn't really have a reason to think of that, but it's one of those things that you would find via some like a good skill check. It's like that kind of thing that would be revealed to you. Otherwise, you had to find some other solution. And so in this case, finding some other solution was, we just expend a spell slot. And in this particular scenario, it happens to be useful. We had to go out of our way to, to go back to the base and waste a day, but it did work. Because you kind of knew, you were probably pretty certain that it was in that building, what with the mention of it in the note, but you just couldn't find it, so it's like, okay, well, we'll just go and wait a day and then come back and use a resource. That's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, obviously shorter session because for us to make too much progress would.
Yeah, no, this is a good amount of story to do. Well,
I think us getting through the obvious stuff and getting into that little area. I'm sure the other guys will have questions about it, and maybe we'll return because they want to verify. But yeah, I think that's good.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess. Well, I gotta get to check on baby girls and stuff like that.
So we will be do we have one more next week? No, we're not meeting until after New Year's.
Correct. Yeah, and obviously I'll be having my kid around then, so I won't be I won't be missing because of it. But if baby gets born on a day, obviously I won't be able to make it.
You're like, hey, I'm at the hospital.
No, but I'll keep you guys updated closer to. So.
I cast guiding bolt. Okay, what did you need, babe? Oh, okay.
Oh, the baby's coming out. Okay.
It's
hey
crowning?
guys, my 3
Okay.
favorites are. But yeah, no, I'll just let you guys know so that we know closer to what our time frame is for everything.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you need to do.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go and pretend to.
Also, I head out because I'm passing.
Yep.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Good dog.
See you guys.